Riopelle is thrilled to once again present works from Canada's most important artists at auction this spring. We're exceptionally proud to showcase the world-class art of Canada from west coast to east and all the way north.
Let's begin in the Arctic with Doris McCarthy's Iceberg Fantasy No. 32. Her Iceberg Fantasias are some of her most known and collected works, and this is a major example from the series. Complete with her trademark visual transparencies, it's a crystalline depiction of North expressed as only McCarthy knew how. Heading all the way east, we have one of the most iconic images in all of Canadian art, David Blackwood's Fire Down on the Labrador. This elemental depiction of tragedy at sea is widely regarded as his masterpiece. David Blackwood Home, his first major exhibition at the Art Gallery of Ontario since 2011's Black Ice, will open later this year, proudly supported by the Riopelle Foundation.
From Blackwood's East Coast contemporary Chris Pratt, we have Private School, a striking major work that is emblematic of the artist's precision and attention to detail. It's a wonderful example of how evocative and meticulous his compositions could be, with unreal symmetry and an ambiguous sense of place that still feel grounded in an expression of reality. It's rendered with a characteristically moody treatment of light and color, all of which make this a classic example of Pratt's work. Moving to the west coast, we have two beautiful canvases by Taka Tanabe, Kungit and A Grey Day in the Channel. These capture the coastal landscapes of Haida Gwaii with a subtle delicacy and poetic atmosphere that make Tanabe so treasured.
Traveling east again, we have two of the artists perhaps most synonymous with the Canadian prairies, William Kurelek and Joe Fafard. Three works by Kurelek, Children Dancing in the Manitoba Rain, Halloween Games, and Hauling Hay, depict joyous prairie memories, summer, fall, and winter. Prairie, Joe Fafard's depiction of Henri Richard of the Montreal Canadiens, is perhaps the most quintessentially Canadian work in the sale. Moving towards Ontario and Quebec, we find some of the giants of post-war abstraction. Firstly, we have two canvases by Jack Bush, Cello Solo No. 1 and Red Loop Low. Both from his important final period, they show Bush at his musical and sophisticated best, and are evidence as to why he was considered the leading colorist of his time.
With a similarly intense treatment of color, we have two examples of Claude Toussaint's target paintings, the diptych Thylacadmium and the monumental Septimal. Both these works are dazzling explorations of the optical effects of color and light, and are emblematic examples of the work that made the artist so renowned. From a more expressionist vein of abstraction, we have works by Marcella Ferran and Rita Latendre. The markets for both of these artists have been on the rise, and these classic examples, including Ferran's composition, present collectors with exciting opportunities to acquire works from their most desirable periods. Vibrant and dynamic, Paul-Émile Bourdois' composition was produced at a crucial time for the artist, in the years just before leaving Quebec after publication of the Refus Global Manifesto.
Turning now to Jean-Paul Riopelle, the variety and virtuosity of his body of work is on beautiful display. Anthior and Sans Titre are beautiful examples from the 1960s and 70s, respectively, and two major masterpieces from his key early 1950s period are the crown jewels of the sale.
This is a marquee Riopelle. It combines both the mosaics that he was famous for, but the drip. It's a prime period, 1952. The energy of this painting is really dictated by not only the motion and the application process of the paint and pigments, but the color. This painting is atomic. It has so much energy in it, it vibrates. The biggest impact on the Riopelle market is the creation of Espace Riopelle, and the fact that the Riopelle Foundation has bequested over 60 major works to hang in perpetuity in the museum. The value of this collection is in excess of $100 million, and that's a tremendous amount of Riopelle's production to move from the private domain to the public domain for perpetuity. The takeaway from this is there won't be the marquee Riopelles coming to market at the volume that we've seen historically, and it's going to be difficult for the collector of tomorrow to be able to compete and acquire a major Riopelle canvas.
Riopelle continues two very important relationships this season: the Barbeau-Owen Foundation and the collection of Dr. Luigi Rossi. From the Barbeau-Owen Foundation, we have four remarkable works by E.J. Hughes, one of BC's most beloved artists. These four works showcase Hughes' incredible draftsmanship and rich use of color, and pay special tribute to the remarkable relationship between a reclusive painter and his dedicated patron, Jacques Barbeau. Indian Life is an extremely important preparatory work for a high-profile mural project that Hughes was commissioned to work on It was displayed in the BC Pavilion at the Golden Gate International Exposition in San Francisco. The mural has since mysteriously disappeared, so we are extremely lucky to have this piece in our sale. From the esteemed collection of Dr. Luigi Rossi, Heffel continues to offer significant and color-saturated examples from artists who are at the forefront of his focus. Dr. Rossi's focus from the outset was collecting Indigenous artists working in Western Canada, which includes works by Alex Janvier and Daphne Ojig. As Rossi's interests continued to broaden, his collection included works by Jack Shadbolt, Gershon Iskowitz, Ted Harrison, and Rita Latondra. Dr. Rossi's collection was museum quality and driven by a discerning eye. Among his most impressive holdings was his unparalleled collection of Alex Janvier works, the finest of any private collection or arguably public institution. Even among the non-Indigenous artists in Dr. Rossi's collection, there is a consistent theme: imagery rooted in Indigenous culture and expression. Jack Shadbolt's Grieving Spirit is an incredible example of this. Shadbolt was deeply influenced by the spiritual connection Indigenous artists held with the objects they created. His Mask series played an important part in his artistic career.
We're thrilled to share these works with you and look forward to the sale on May 22nd.